Welcome to What's the Deal with Sam? Starring Sam Lilly. Join Sam as he discusses a wide variety of topics.
Bad
Now
Thank
let's
you.
start the show.
Thank you. What's the deal with gifts from Santa? They're like gifts from your parents, but but they're not. They're not socks. So there's been a thing I've been seeing and hearing and whatnot going around about this kind of thing where a lot of parents are being asked to not say that certain gifts are from Santa. The idea, I think, is that like it's mostly the bigger, cooler stuff is not from Santa. They want you to say that maybe the not as cool stuff, the stuff that is like the socks and the I don't know, cheapo toys or something, is the smaller ticket items are from those are from Santa, because I guess the idea I'm hearing a lot of it's about like younger kids obviously that actually still maybe kind of believe in Santa. They go to school, they want to show off their stuff, and then it's a kind of a thing of like they feel like, well, these other people got these really awesome gifts from Santa, and my gifts aren't as good because they don't realize it's kind of like maybe a money thing that parents maybe can't get them that kind of stuff or whatever, and so they think it reflects on them like they were bad somehow or they weren't as good as some of these other kids because of the stuff they got, and I mean that I guess already speaks volumes to the way commercialism has just woven into the holiday to an extreme. So the idea is to say like maybe the other stuff, the lower budget stuff, is from the parents or from Santa, and the parents got them the better things, and so that everybody would kind of have somewhat around the same level of like, yeah, we were good, so we got stuff from Santa. And I don't know. I mean, like it's weird to me. I mean, like for one thing, like I guess I understand that perspective of like not wanting the kids to feel like shit when they show off their stuff at school or whatever, and that kind of thing. You feel like they're being bad somehow, but I guess it also seems like kind of a weird thing where it's like, if they get something that they don't like, also it's like I guess it kind of works that way too. It's like, well, like the crappier stuff that's from Santa, they're not going to be as excited about that stuff. They're going to be more thankful for stuff their parents got them because they're way cooler than the stuff Santa got them. It kind of lessens some of the magic of Santa, though, doesn't it? Kind of makes it feel like, I guess I didn't really need to be that great for Santa because what do I care? The stuff he gets me are not that great anyways, so whatever. I guess if it's a bad gift and it's like parents don't get blamed for that, Santa gets blamed for that. Also, so the parents are off the hook for that. But I think it's just kind of what's just kind of bothersome to me about this whole ordeal that's going on that I've been hearing about. I don't really have much of an opinion either way, that much, honestly. But I think what's just kind of weird is that the idea here is to try to tell your kids that the worst presents are from Santa. And the better ones are from the parents. They want to make everybody have kind of this equal thing. Their whole idea here is still to keep saying that there's a Santa, to keep lying to their children about Santa Claus. But they should probably, just try to make it so that everybody feels better about their, the lie that is being just perpetuated. Just an absolute lie being perpetuated. And apparently it's okay to lie to kids, so they're filled with wonder with that kind of thing. I don't know. It just seems like if you're gonna go this far anyways, might as well just be like, look, we send them down, tell them the truth about it. It can be a fine mythical story. There's plenty of fictional characters that people believe in, and they're they know about like as a story, and like they're like, yeah, it's a thing. I know about that, and they don't necessarily need to feel like those fictional like things are or these crazy stories like real. You know, I don't need to know that, like I don't need to think that Superman is actually a real superhero, is a real person, to understand that there's, like, this more about the things Superman's doing, with the truth and justice, American way, and that kind of thing. That should, what I should be taking away from it. It can be an exciting story. I can use it for those things. And I should understand that Superman's not fucking real. Maybe you should, if you're okay with telling your kids that Superman is not real, you should also be okay with telling your kids that Santa Claus is not real. And especially if the money thing is going to be an issue, then you could just kind of be like, yeah, it's a money thing. I don't have the kind of money to do that. Just be honest with your kids. They're not maybe necessarily not going to understand that, obviously, at the time. But eventually, once they are able to kind of process that and start to understand that, it's probably going to retroactively probably feel better than, you know, like, just feeling like shit because of the Santa thing that they, you know, believe for no real good reason other than TV and, you know, culture will tell them it's real until they're a certain age, and then it's not anymore. I don't know. So that's... I just want to throw in a 2 cents there and just kind of turn this debate on its... turn it this way. And kind of like that. It's kind of angled a little bit. That's why I turned it. 3-dimensional turning. Very, very complex way to turn an issue. And just maybe make it more about just being honest with your fucking kids rather than trying to tailor the lie, you know, appropriately and change it so that everyone is equally, you know, is equally affected by this lie. I don't know. It was funnier in theory, much like almost any episode idea I have. It sounds like a good idea at the time, so it could be fun, and then I record it, and it's like you just sit there and you watch me on the screen, and you just have to wonder, you know, did this guy actually eat another human being? Because holy shit, he's fat. What's the deal with Sam? What's the deal with Sam?